Hi everybody, I'm Michael Roda, aka The Rambler, aka Mickey, and welcome to yet another episode on Havoc TV. And that is quick! That is so quick! Oh my gosh!
KO4 for the win!
Today we have a double feature. We're actually busy with two cars, but first of all we're gonna go with Ubaid. Ubaid, how are you?
I'm okay, and you?
Good thing. So the first car I'm gonna drive in is a 330D. But before we get there, just remember please to like, share and subscribe, and don't forget to hit that notification button, because that does obviously help you to know when each and every time we load a video. So Ubaid 330D, I haven't been in one before. I know that your one is bone stock according to you, right?
It's correct. Yes.
Okay, cool. So it is bone stock. What's the power figure on the bone stock 330D?
So you get this version,
Okay.
and then you get the normal M Sport.
Yes.
So according to BMW, the normal M Sports, they do about 190 kilowatts
Okay.
and about 560 Newton meters of torque.
Okay.
After purchasing this vehicle, I didn't actually know which spec I had.
Okay.
Upon someone looking at my car and they saw my brakes and they were like, dude, you have M3 brakes on it. And I was like, what? It's a 330D.
Yes.
And then I did some digging and I ended up finding out that this car is an MPPK. So it means it's an M Performance from BMW.
Okay.
Which means they put like bigger brakes on the car, bigger front mount intercooler and intake. Then they up the horsepower, which is a bit more. So on kilowatts, it's now making 217 kilowatts.
Okay.
And 600 Newton meters of
Sure.
torque.
So it's like a big jump from what it was.
Yeah, but just with the
Just with those little
yeah.
add-ons. And obviously the braking is now obviously the best braking that you can possibly.
Yeah. Look, the disc size is not exactly the same size as the M3, but I can go that size if I want to because I have the calipers that goes with it, the Brembo calipers.
Okay. Yeah. No, but that's cool, man. So so like I said, bone stock, guys, like literally bone stock, not Cape Town stock. Okay. Not Cape Town stock. It does have a nice set of wheels on. So what wheels you have on? What size of the wheels?
Yeah, so the wheels that I have on is it's an AC Schnitzer wheel.
Okay.
It's an actual BMW rim.
Yes.
I was lucky enough to know a friend that had a set, and I made him an offer and he was like, okay, I bought it from him. And ever since then I've been happy with the rim because it's not very common.
Yes,
you won't
it
easily
isn't.
find a car like this with this set of wheels on. Maybe a similar design, but not this one. And what I like about it is it's lighter than the original M Sport wheels, so you can feel that the car is lighter on its feet.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's actually cool, and it's not a bad drive either. Like you're gonna go straight, eh? It's not a bad drive either. It's nice and smooth. The car still feels pretty stock on suspension.
Yeah.
You know, and the wheels actually haven't made this car harder.
No, it hasn't.
It actually still feels like a BMW.
Yeah.
It's still, you know, so that's cool as long as you've kept the comfort, because especially a BM, I mean these types of 3 Series BMs, so this is a F30.
F30, that's correct.
And these BMs are, I mean BM in general, they definitely aim for comfort.
Yes,
so you don't want to lose that comfort factor, otherwise you're kind of not driving a BMW anymore, are you?
Which is why I am twice buying lowering my car. I know every F30 guy out there is dropping it.
Okay.
I feel that, so a part of the package is a bit lower than an M Sport.
Okay.
So it is lower.
Okay, so it is lower, but not low, like Cape Town low, like guys wanted in Cape Town.
Not Cape Town low. I can still go straight over speed bumps. There are some I need to
go slightly
go sideways, but not too much. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. And then why a diesel, brother? Why have you gone with diesel?
I have family in Pretoria.
Okay.
And I drive to Joburg a lot. So I needed something that is a nice balance between power, performance, and economy.
Okay.
And this car gives me amazing economy.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know a car with this power figures that gives you about 1,000 kilometers on a tank. If I can put it into perspective, not even the Blue Motion does that. Or I speak under correction, but I don't think even a Blue Motion does that.
Sure.
Which was designed only for economy.
That is correct.
So I mean, I can show you now. I'm doing 839 kilometers since I filled up, and I still have a range of about 226.
Yeah.
So, and that I'll definitely get that. So I mean, I'm very happy with that. That's in town mileage as well.
And that's 5.4 to the 100, eh?
To the 100,
which is actually very good mileage. Actually.
Yeah, for a 6-cylinder.
No, definitely.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
No,
so I mean, I've been looking for something like this. I've been swapping and changing between vehicles, like it's going out the fashion.
Yes.
Everybody would ask me, dude, so how long are you gonna keep this one now? Honestly, I haven't even looked on Facebook Marketplace anywhere to find something else. I'm very happy with this. As a daily for me, it's perfect. Yeah.
But it's still in a good condition also. I mean, there's no need to really get rid of it. I mean, you know, you don't actually have to get rid of this car. Everything in this car, interior wise, everything is still very nice. And it sits very comfortably. Seats are nice. I like the way this car actually sits. And then I got into the car, I was like, yo, that's very low. Because it actually sits low also inside the car.
The seats have quite a drop, so you can push it all the way down, you can lift it all the way up, but there's that low seat.
It does. It makes you feel like you're getting into a very low car. But yeah, other than that, I like the BM is always stuck with a sort of old style of things. Like they've kept the interiors looking pretty much similar to the old BMWs. They have modernized it. They put the screen. But you see, they've always kept the orange on the speedos, which was always the BMW look all the years. So they've kind of kept that, but also with subtle changes. But I do like the way this car looks inside, I must say. And I like the fact that there's at least a gear knob. Jeez. I'm sure you've seen all the new cars now. They're taking a gear knob away.
Like a little thing.
Like a little thing now. It's like a little USB. Did you see? It's like a little USB stick. So yeah, very cool. And I'm very keen to see what the performance of this car versus the performance of the 335. Now I know 335i, everybody talks 335i because you know it's the that one's got an N55. Yes. Okay, so that's single turbo.
Yes.
So you know everybody's N55 mad. You know, so they like the sound of the car, and everybody goes for the 335. So obviously people sitting watching this is probably going to say, nah, I want to get to the 335 rather. But diesel, guys, the amount of torque that a diesel makes, it's enjoyable torque. So it doesn't maybe rev that high, right? But in terms of torque and in terms of the fun you can have with all that torque is actually amazing. And
so like I say, the way this car makes power and the way a 335 makes power is different.
Yes.
So if I should put my foot down at 2000 or just over 2000 RPM, I'm in my power band.
That's correct.
Where his car builds into power.
Yes.
So the best way to obviously judge between the two is when we're both in our power band.
Yes.
And you'd be amazed by the result. I've myself been amazed with the result on numerous of occasions, and yeah, that is why I'm saying I feel honestly I've got best of both worlds.
Yes, you do.
And there is actually cars like this tuned that are making very good numbers. There's a guy up in PE. He has the same spec like mine, and what he's done was he's done downpipe and exhaust. He's done the 50D fuel pump.
Okay.
And front mount intercooling, all you know, the bolt-on supporting rods. And then he had his car tuned, custom tuned. And you won't believe me, he runs 11s on the quarter mile.
Sure.
He's doing about 11.7 on the quarter mile.
That's not bad at all.
Yes, it's impressive, and that's stock turbo.
Sure.
I mean, if he does go hybrid turbo or maybe a slightly bigger turbo, I'm sure with some traction, he will break into the low 11s and possibly 10s.
Yeah.
So there is a lot of potential in these vehicles as well, and the engines just hold up. These engines are so solid that BMW, they really took a lot of time designing these engines. You will actually find these same engines in the 50D Okay. You know, the X5
yes,
50D.
Yes.
The top of the range, high-end diesel BMWs,
yes.
You find it in there. And I mean, they don't come with any issues really. Even the one consultant at BMW told me, you won't easily replace this car because the amount of times these cars come in for repairs is slim to none.
Sure.
We mostly get the petrol ones coming in for tappet cover problems and etc.
Especially 335 by the way.
Yes.
They always have tappet cover issues.
PCV problems.
That's correct.
And tappet.
Always
So what this
PCV.
car suffers is carbon. So these cars have EGR valves on them and DPF
yes,
systems.
That's correct.
Diesel particulate filter.
Yes.
And those two things, they tend to clog up.
Yes.
And that causes like a bit of lag, right? So what the guys normally do is they decat it, right? So they take the DPF filter off.
Yes.
And they take the EGR, they delete the EGR
Yeah,
as well.
they do delete, yeah.
Yeah, and then they basically map it like with the stage 1.
Okay.
I believe, if I speak under correction, but I believe this car with that same mods on can go from the power that I mentioned earlier, it can go to about 250 kilowatts with the stage 1. Just with deleting those two things and yeah, off the bat. And you're looking at about 700 and odd newton meters of torque.
And how much carbon buildup do you actually end up with on this car though? Like, you know, a lot of people, they go for carbon cleans and stuff like that.
Yeah, so
do you find a lot of carbon buildup?
A diesel person will know that if you drive a diesel car, you need to take it on the open road.
Yes,
it's very good to do that because you open up, you burn out the carbon basically.
That's correct.
If you're only doing short distances all the time, it's going to keep building up.
And that's why I'm asking that, because I think a lot of, if you're a diesel person, if you've been diesel for a long time, you would know that.
Yeah.
But I think the people that's maybe not that long, that hasn't been driving diesel all the years, they won't really know that.
Yeah.
They will end up driving cars around town all the time, and then they end up with a carbon buildup, and they don't realize they're actually sitting with that issue.
Yeah.
So that's why I actually asked that question. You know, some people, sometimes it's always good to learn something on the, you know, in the interviews, and that's one thing that I think diesel, if you want to go diesel, guys and girls, that's definitely your best bet, is to do that.
So you will actually notice, like, I wanted to show you the difference in throttle response when you're going through different modes. Okay. Like now you can feel the car is very relaxed.
Yes.
You're just sitting, we're cruising. But the minute I put it into a different mode, with the same amount of throttle, you feel it wants to go.
But
so as you can see, right, this is comfort mode.
Okay.
Right, so now if I go up to here, it wants to take. Yeah, and that's slightly throttling.
So it basically just basically helps the throttle response.
Yes, it increases throttle response basically.